We did actually see the CSI 300 advancing over the past few sessions, so we were sort of, I'm not going to say optimistic heading into the close for the Lunar New Year break, but I'm curious what you made about the moves, because it was up about 6% or thereabouts, the best week we've seen since the reopening as well. Do you see that lasting when we get out of the Chinese New Year period?
Well, on the balance of things, probably not, okay? I believe that investors would be fading into that rally. So you see that the magnitude of the moves are getting smaller and smaller, even though it's going up. So, our view is that you do need to solve the demand side of the equation, right, in order to see a structural improvement in Chinese equities overall, whether they're A-shares or the Hang Seng Index.
So, I mean, those solutions are just not easy. It's a multi-year process.
Yes.
When do you expect to see any sort of sentiment shift? Would it even be this year, do you think?
It's hard to say. I think it does take time for people to, return to have more confidence in Chinese assets again. So right now, I believe that, the state is, encouraging the local asset managers to be, buying up the Chinese equities. So that can put a floor to the Chinese equities, for the short term. But the floor is different from going up. That's two different things. In order to have more sustained momentum, you do need to see the structural improvement. Plus the fact that the other markets are looking pretty good, some of them, right? So it's all competing for the international fund flow. And investors, they do see a clearer pictures in some of the other markets.
Daniel, what looks good to you then in terms of some of these other options?
Well, after the earnings season, you do see that a number of the sub-industries in the U.S. tech side are still looking pretty good. Okay, so for example, the AI side, the semicon, and the cloud side, they're all looking fine. The EV side is kind of on the weaker side because the earnings has not been as good as what people thought. And also, of course, you do have the geopolitical element coming in, right? If Trump gets the presidency and investors are stunned to price in that, that could be a detriment to EV side. The other markets in Asia, India, of course, is still expensive, but the budget has been pretty supportive. So probably some more upside there. Japan and Korea now, these are corporate governance stories, right? Korea with the value up program that can kind of narrow the Korean discount if it works out right. So those are quite exciting stories.